guys, this is Tracy from Stampin' Away with Tracy, and I'm going to show you how to do a quick simple card, simple stamping, and we're going to do a couple techniques. We're going to do stamping off, and we're going to do two-step stamping on this. And this is really quick, really easy, and it doesn't take a lot of material, so I'm sure that what you have in your stash you could recreate this card with. So let's get started. Now, if you all don't have a mini catalog or a celebration catalog, click the link below. I'm happy to send you one. Celebration goes on until February 28th of 2021. And for every $50 worth of product you buy, any product you buy from Stampin' Up, you get to choose a free product, either a stamp set or pack of paper out of this catalog. And I'm happy to send you one. So just click that link below. Now let's get started on our card. This card is 4 1/4 wide and 11 inches. And it is scored in the middle at 5 1/2 from both ends. Okay? Now, the two stamp sets we're going to be using Lovely You, and you can find that on the annual catalog, page 22. And we're going to be using Pretty Perennials. And you can find that in the mini catalog on page 31. So, let's get started. We are going to be using Magenta Madness, Misty Moonlight, Daffodil Delight, and Pear Pizzazz. So, and you could make this in any combination you like. This is just really what I like. Okay, so what we're going to do is stamping off. So, when you stamp off, you stamp your stamp set, your stamp. Now, Magenta Madness is a really strong color, so I want to stamp off for that. Strictly stamping off is just stamping it just to get a little color off. So I want the color to be a little subdued. So that's why I'm stamping off. So you just can stamp off on your scratch paper and then go back to wherever your project is and just stamp it like that. And stamping off actually gives you more colors from your stamp pads. You can make them different shades to match, which I think is really cool. So, the next thing we're going to do, this is the middle of the flower, and it really gives it a good punch and gives it some definite interest. And we're going to use Misty Moonlight. It is a really pretty shade of blue. So, we're going to, want to make sure I'm in the video, just stamp it in the middle. That's all you do. Really simple. But it does add a lot to the card. Okay, now we're going to do some two-step stamping with the leaves. And the leaf color I chose was Pear Pizzazz. So we're also going to be doing two-step stamping and stamping off on this one. So stamp your leaf and then stamp it off on your scratch paper and then go over to your card and stamp. I really want a soft green, and I'm going to show you why in just a minute when we get there. So stamp off, and it gives you a really light, soft, pretty color that works perfectly for what we're doing. So grab you some scratch paper and get your basic white, and you can create this with no problem. Now we're going to do the outline of the stamp, of the leaf, and it's this stamp here. So I'm going to do it full strength. I'm not going to stamp off on it. And as soon as I'm done here, I will show you with this polymer stamp, it's really easy to line them up with no problem. And I will show you how much dimension this two-step stamping does and how pretty it is. It really does add something to your projects. See that? It just gives it a little more depth and definitely more interest. Now, the next thing, I hope you all can't hear my dog. I thought I had the door shut, but obviously I didn't. And she's just came in. And she's a bulldog, so she's makes lots of noises. So I hope she's quiet. Okay, so we're just going to add some yellow in here. Just add some yellow for some interest. Add a little more color. And I think, there we go. Now, all we need to do is add our sentiment. And I chose Wildly Grateful because I have been tasked with a project coming up that I need a bunch of thank you cards. So, now when I use not a clear stamp, these are red rubber stamps, cling stamps, I always practice on my scratch pad, always. So I do recommend you practice and then stamp. And that is it. Look how cute. Look what you've created. Look how cute that is. It's interesting. You could add a little more if you wanted to. You could leave it this way. You could put something else you could do to add another dimension and another layer. Get out your Wink of Stella and do your flowers in Wink of Stella. Look at that. How much interest that gets on your card. Brings more attention to the leaf petals. And it gives a little shine to your card. I'm always into Wink of Stella. You all know that. I love to add a little bit of bling to my cards. Wink of Stella is very inexpensive. I think it's $9. It's in the annual catalog. So I think it just adds a lot to the card, and it gives it another dimension. Look how cute that is. And you can add as much or as little as you like on the Wink of Stella. So, there you go, guys. It gives it a little bit of sparkle. And there's your card. And you've learned two different techniques. You've learned stamping off, and you've learned two-step stamping. If you have any questions, leave it below for me. I'm happy to get that and answer it for you. Or hop on over to my Facebook page. It's linked below, and I have lots more videos over there. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for sharing it with me.